That's right, everybody. Going live real quickly to talk a little bit about Hollywood BloodBath over there at Warner Brothers Discovery. If you haven't heard, the news just broke. We have several more key executives. Well, they're out. They're not going to be there anymore. Let's take a quick look at the story, courtesy of Deadline. This is, again, not something that I wasn't expecting. I think everybody was expecting this to happen, just maybe not this way, maybe not this fast. It's gonna get very strange as things get closer to the deadline for closure, which is rumored to be Friday. And I think it's going to be. WarnerMedia purge continues ahead of Discovery merger. EVP Corporate Communications, Christy Halberger, EVP General Counsel Jim Meza, EVP HR Jim Cummings, CFO Jennifer Beery, and more. Wow. Let me tell you, this is quite the casualty report, as somebody said there in the chat. Thank you for that, Cavalryman, or Cavatinho Cavalryman Che. Appreciate that and all the other stories you've been sending me lately. Good to see you, Pops, and everybody else that's here, including Wookiee Supremacy, Morgan King, Runner, our good friend Carrie's Awesome One, and let's see who else rolled in. Cyberchud 2077. Let blood flow, says Tom in the chat. Absolutely. This is going to be a short one, guys. Just to reset very quickly, more bodies continuing to hit the floor over there at Warner Brothers Discovery prior to the closing of the deal, rumored to be Friday, which I think is 100% right. We also had another report coming out that Ezra Miller is toast at Warner, in addition to the things we talked about at Midnight's Edge in the morning. There seems to be some more confirmation that he's going to be done at the studio after the Flash film. We'll see if that pans out to be true. But here we go. In the story, exclusive, updated with more details, less than 24 hours after CEO Jason Kilar, HBO Max boss Andy Fossil, and studio chief Ann Sarnoff were pink-slipped from the about to disappear WarnerMedia. More executives were shown the door today, including CFO Jennifer Beery, the right-hand communications person to Jason Kilar, Christy Halberger, who is also the chief inclusion officer. EVP, chief of human resources officer Jim Cummings. Bye-bye. That dude wasn't in that job very long, by the way. EVP, chief revenue officer Tony Goncalves. I don't know. Anyway, EVP General Counsel Jim Meza, and Chief Technology Officer Richard Tom. This is the latest in the series of exits that comes about 48 hours before the newly minted Discovery Warner Media merger with Discovery boss David Zaslav as CEO. Zaslav is a guy who doesn't like a lot of fat. We've been telling you this for a while. Ask Tom over there at Midnight's Edge After Dark. But basically, he has a lot of faith in, he doesn't like fat in his corporate structure. And this morning's massive firing underscores that. The newly merged company looks to debut on Monday on Wall Street. So you will see that new ticker. Should be interesting. Staying on for the short term to help with the transition, communications boss Halberger just sent out a memo to staff saying, on a personal level, this journey has been the peak of my career, she wrote Wednesday. Your talents have made it an honor and your friendship has made it a joy. Let's see. We have more departures are expected, as we've been reporting, both on Midnight's Edge After Dark here, and many other entertainment platforms, people that focus on pop culture entertainment news like me and many others, including Valiant Renegade. You're going to continue to hear more and more about this. Looks like David Haddad, President Warner Brothers Games, and Gerard Zeeler, President Warner Media International, are going to be sticking around, probably because that fleshes out more of the management structure for Zaslav. That makes sense. There's some names here that I think are going to go. We'll talk about them as we move forward, though. HBO Max Chief Content Officer Casey Bloys is going to stick around. That, of course, that makes a lot of sense for continuity's sake. Among those likely to stay, according to them, is going to be Warner Brothers Motion Picture Group Studio Chairman Toby Emmerich. I disagree with this. I think he's on the block. We'll have to see, though. Channing Dungey, Chairman of Warner's Television. That's probably accurate. Warner Brothers COO Carolyn Blackwood, probably also safe for the time being, according to what they're hearing. I didn't I don't agree totally with this. Carolyn's probably okay. Toby probably isn't. Channing's probably 50-50 at this point, but it makes sense that they would stick around on the television side for some continuity, as I mentioned before, with someone else. As of right now, the situation is fluid. All of the exiting execs are still showing up at Warner on the WarnerMedia website in their now former positions. Because you're not going to update that till you do a bulk update for Monday. Anyway, names such as Netflix film boss Scott Stuber, Disney General Entertainment Chairman Peter Rice, and former Paramount Motion Pictures President Emma Watts have been buzzed around town for the job. I bet you they get Emma. I bet you they get Emma for that gig. We'll see. Anyway, this guy is very hands-on. We've talked about David Zaslav before. I have to tell you that this is a very, very interesting. They go on to describe all these other people, all these different locations, all of the letters that these people are putting out there to, communicate their final farewell to their staff and their team, which is basically a job application for their next gig. A lot of these people won't have trouble finding a next gig, but the studios are a changing, and we will reset one more time at least. I've only got about another 25 minutes to go. I want to interact with the chat real quickly and get to some of your comments. Let's take a look at that. Let's see. Oh, Andy Masters is in the chat. Where is VR? He should join. VR is probably working. I'll shoot him a note, but it would be great to pop in here. I only plan to do this for about a half an hour. I'll reset the story several times as you're supposed to with professional news. Warner Brothers Discovery, absolutely. Woke Bros dead on arrival. Yeah, I think a lot of these people being let go are giving you some indication of what I think is going to happen in the future over there. Let's see who else is here. Bud Martin start the bloodbath. Absolutely. Great to see you, Sean Landrigan. Yeah, the casualty report, as I mentioned before. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Well, we'll have to see what comes about. Of course, we've got Pops here. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Daniel Hall. Na. Hey. Goodbye. Absolutely, indeed. Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. Awesome one. Absolutely great song. That's actually what was in my head when I put in the thing. Script Doctors here says, can't wait to see Warner Brothers Discovery get this awesome revamp and streamlined set of departments. Absolutely. And this man would know. It's going to help a lot. It's going to help them. It's going to help them get rid of a lot of bloat that's been there, that we're institutional Hollywood, for lack of a better term. Script Doctor could probably craft something better, but this is actually good to remove some of these people for some of these positions. Again, we'll have to see. I want to hear AH is fired. You probably won't have to wait too long. I look, if you want more details on that, Morgan King, Tug has been doing a great job on his channel, that Umbrella Guy. He's also got a great comic you should back if you're into comic books. He does the Lord's work over there for sure. Tom's on his way home right now. Good. I hope you're feeling better, my friend, after the visit to the dentist. And let's see, Gold Trader's in the house is good. I'm glad to hear he's cleaning up stuff at Warner Brothers. 100% Gold Trader, doing an excellent job indeed over there, let me tell you. AF Watcher 88 heard may get fired depending on trial starting next week. I agree with this statement. Again, Tug's been doing a yeoman's job. Do check out his stuff over there on that Umbrella Guy. Let's see who else is in the house today. Hey, Nikki D, good to see you. We got Theme Park Casual rolling in here. Lots of people probably joining me on their lunch break. I just had lunch, stuffed it down my throat because I'm headed over to Street Smarts on Mad Barber Entertainment here in just about 35 minutes or so. Dr. Dragon is here with us. Let's see who else is in the house. Stan Zoltan. Nikki D since $5 says, would have been nice to see this type of bloodbath at Disney once Chapek became CEO. I'm not convinced that we won't. We'll have to have a deeper discussion on that after a video I just got over to the editor gets out there in the world. We'll see how that goes. I've got several more stories to record about some studio stuff and some of the ways the entertainment companies are looking to move. So we'll get to that over the course of the next several days. But it's good to see everybody. Eric K's in the house. Mirror Sphere's Origin. Good to see you, buddy. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Harry Casino. What's going on, my friend? Says for a Canadian $2. Manscaping offered me a sponsorship for my Hendersons. Absolutely. Look, I am accepting sponsorships right now. If you want to, sell me your razors, you're gonna have to do better than Jeremy's, because I'm telling you right now, I am a founding member of that particular razor club. Can't wait to show those off. Tug was on EVS talking about having special needs kids. Tug is an incredible human being. Let's see who else is out there in the chat. We've got Shrap 3D, Soul Assassin. What's up, my friend? That's the Chatimal over there on Mad Barber Entertainment. Keck 44 is in the house. Bashi Washi is here. Very good. A lot of people, Morgan King, are doing that. Tug is doing a great job over there of that. Good to see you, Real Wade. Love you, man. Let's see, Asian. Oh, what's going on? We got a lot of folks here. I just want to get back to the story real quick. Here we go. Once again, the blood is being let. The bodies are hitting the floor, and massive changes are coming to WarnerMedia. To reset the story, WarnerMedia purge continues ahead of Discovery merger. This hit exclusively over on Deadline just a few minutes ago. EVP Corporate Communication Officer Christy Halberger, EVP General Counsel Jim Mesa, EVP HR Jim Cummings, and CFO Jennifer Beery, and many, many more. This is going to continue to happen. We're going to get more and more of these updates. Again, this thing closes Friday. Brand new trading on Monday under its new entity, the merged company that is spun out of AT&T. Again, we can go into the details of all that in just a moment. I'll break that down one more time for everybody. But the exclusive updated with details less than 24 hours after CEO Jason Kilar, HBO Max boss Andy Fossil, and studio chief Ann Sarnoff were pink slipped from the about to disappear WarnerMedia. More executives were shown the door today. This includes CFO Jennifer Beery, Jason Kilar's right-hand corporate communication person, Kirsty Halberger, who was also the Chief Inclusion Officer. EVP Chief Human Resources Officer Jim Cummings, like I said before, wasn't really there all that long from what I remember. And EVP Chief Revenue Officer Tony Goncalves, I'm going to say Calves. EVP General Counsel Jim Mesa, he's going to have no problem finding another gig, by the way. And Chief Technology Officer Richard Tom. This is the latest series of exits coming about 48 hours before the newly minted Discovery WarnerMedia merger with Discovery boss David Zaslav as CEO. Zaslav is a guy who doesn't like a lot of fat in his corporate structure, and believe me, Warner is still over bloated like crazy. And this morning's massive firing underscores that the newly merged company looks to debut on Monday on Wall Street, sources tell us, and I heard the same thing a couple days ago. So this is really it. We've got staying on for the short term. So in other words, not for very long. They're on their way out. Obviously, staying on the short term help with the transition, which includes communications boss Halberger, just sent out a memo to staff saying on a personal level, blah, 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 blah. Every single statement you're going to see coming out of these corporate officer level positions are essentially job applications. And, they're kind of trying to spell out, all the wonderful teamwork and talent that they have in their own divisions, because let's face it, a lot of the people underneath these people are going to follow them where they go, or the people that they like will probably end up working for them. And as Script Doctor and many others will point out, most of these people don't stay in these positions very long in these companies, maybe 2 years, maybe 4, and then they move to the next better gig. Sometimes they move within the same company, or sometimes they just move on, which is why, again, right now, because of the institutional issues that they have at Disney, they've basically been falling apart from the inside. So getting back to everything you guys are saying in the chat, let's get back to that. Let's see. We've got don't shave, only trim that glorious beard. No, I'm gonna I shave my neck and I shave my cheeks. Otherwise, I do ending up looking like Harry from Harry and the Hendersons, and that's not the best. There's going to be a lot of changes in Hollywood, Soul Assassin. This is one of the first. We talked a little bit about the Ezra Miller developments over on Midnight's Edge in the Morning, but that is a situation I don't believe is going to be fluid much longer. I think we are going to see some changes at Warner. They'll keep people that are misbehaving like that out of these bigger studios like Warner, et cetera, et cetera. We'll see, though. Hey, what's up, John Platt? Good to see you. Thank you all for being here, for sure, including my mods who are here in the chat, making sure we're running good. Thank you for that. Herd is gone. Yep, Miller gone. Flush it hard. Absolutely. 100% Ancient Reapers. If we can make that happen, I think we'll be in a much better situation. Jim Lee got cut from DC Comics, says Chris Neville. This is great information as well, but we'll have to see if that's true. Are you asking that question? We'll have to see. I don't know. Hey, Olivia and Makara. What's happened is Warner Brothers Discovery announced a whole new slate of people that are leaving, and they were providing their job applications on the way out the door. Once again, we'll bring that story back up for you. We have a whole host of folks leaving. The purge continues, and Deadline had the article first. WarnerMedia purge continues ahead of Discovery merger. EVP Corporate Communications Christy Halberger, also the diversity and inclusion person. EVP General Counsel Jim Meza, EVP HR Jim Cummings, and CFO Jennifer Beery. So very interesting indeed, as far as I'm concerned. So there's 6 more high-profile gigs that are no more. Dye the beard pink, says Fat Steven Seagal. No, thank you. My hair is going to continue to grow. Thank you for that, 66 Starship Alien. I appreciate your support. Who else is rolling around here? Culture, I thought you were going to say you look like Michael J. Fox from Teen Wolf. That'd be amazing. I'd love to be compared to that. Or maybe his dad. Probably his dad at my age. Yeah, he may be. We'll have to see, Chris Neville. We will check that out for sure in the coming days, and I'll poke around. I'm sure if anybody hears anything before me, it'll definitely be EVS and all the other great comics folks that we have on all these great entertainment channels. So, the hair is going to get much, much longer. Yeah, the next donation I won't do until I can have enough that it'll stay at least shoulder length or longer. So that gives me about a 13, 14 month window from right now before I do the next hair donation. So who else is here? Mead premiere starting. Okay, thank you, Carries. Yes, I didn't want to be here long enough to go over the top of that. Do check out what they put up over there. Their video just dropped. You're gonna love it. It was put together in record time by a great editor named Mr. Grant Gregory. Hopefully I reset this enough. If you are wanting to leave and go check out that premiere, I will take no offense. Do check that out over on the Midnight's Edge channel proper. If you want to drop the link to that, folks, that would be fantastic. Any of my mods. John Platt says, I was listening to Midnight's Edge in the morning with Andre, Tom, and the one and only Culture Casino. Thank you. And it appears that the shakeup at Warner B is going to include Ezra Miller being shown the door. Yes, we talked a little bit about that as a likely possibility. I'm tilting that way now based on some other stuff that's been coming out. We've got RK Outpost, I think, just putting something out. You've got a lot of people. There was an emergency meeting called. The Rolling Stone actually reported on that. We actually linked that article in Midnight's Edge in the morning this morning, courtesy of Tom, Andre, and many others. That particular article goes on to explain that, yeah, I don't think they're happy with this dude, and I don't think he's going to get another gig with the studio unless something major changes in that guy's life. He is the living embodiment of a cry for help. Rainbow infused beard required. That'd be pretty cool, right? Just different colors. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love that. You got memes of destruction here. Well, here's the thing. The question Morgan King asks is, who's going to replace all these people that are leaving? Well, believe it or not, Discovery has their own set of corporate officers. And of course, David Zaslav's going to keep the best and the brightest in whatever positions they are. And I'm sure he thinks that the people he's moving in with are amongst the best and the brightest. So if they need some support or some extra weight to be lifted, including in specialty departments within Warner Brothers, I don't think there's going to be a lot of change. But when it comes to overall leadership in the bigger gigs that usually are used to seeing over the entire company, if not the significant segment of it, those jobs are going to be the ones that are going to be out. So just keep that in mind. So let's see who else is out there. Hate to say it, but I have not been excited for new releases since The Batman. Well, I'm telling you right now, Sonic 2 sounds amazing. The Northman, according to Chris Gore, sounds amazing. And, we'll see if we come upon some more wonderful films coming up in the future. Louvre McCarr says, well, this is almost a promising development. It is. It really honestly is. And I have a strong feeling that Emma will be making her way over there as well in management support. And she'll be able to do what she wanted to do at Paramount but was prevented from, which is fix things. Greetings to all 61 of you that are here right now. Thanks for stopping by. Do hit the like button. This was completely impromptu as the news broke. We will do it one more time before we go. And I get to the last of the comments here. Resetting resetting, deadline reports, and breaking news. They broke the story wide just about 10 a.m. and then updated it not that many minutes ago, maybe about 45 minutes ago. WarnerMedia purge continues ahead of Discovery merger. EVP Corporate Communications Christy Hauberger, EVP General Counsel Jim Meza, EVP HR Jim Cummings, and CFO Jennifer Beery, and more are on the way out the door. The bodies hit the floor, as many people have said in the chat. Exclusive updated with more details. Less than 24 hours after CEO Jason Kilar, HBO Max boss Andy Forssell, and studio chief Ann Sarnoff were pink slipped from the about to disappear WarnerMedia, more executives were shown the door today. That's right. A lot of people were thinking these people left voluntarily. Probably the only person that got the opportunity to do that was Jason Kilar. Everybody else here got a pink slip, and we've been talking about it. I did a video on it that the pink slips are flowing. You're going to see some, and you're not going to see them just here at Warner, but you're going to see them in other entertainment entities in the near future because there is an adjustment coming. This announcement includes CFO Jennifer Beery, Jason Kilar's right-hand corporate communications person, Christy Hauberger, who is also the Chief Inclusion Officer, EVP, Chief of Human Resources Officer, Jim Cummings. Again, I don't think he was very long in that job, so that's kind of a short gig for him. EVP, Chief Revenue Officer, Tony Goncalves. I feel like I'm really destroying that person's name. I'm sorry about that. EVP General Counsel Jim Meza, who will find a gig no problem, and Chief Technology Officer Richard Tom. This is the latest series of exits. It comes about 48 hours before the newly minted Discovery Warner merger is completed, with Discovery boss David Zaslav as CEO. As again, this is 100% the truth. We've been reporting this for months, that Zaslav is a guy who doesn't like a lot of fat in his corporate structure, and this morning's massive firing underscores that. The newly merged company looks to debut their new stuff on Monday on Wall Street. That's how we know the deal's closing Friday. So a lot of people will be sticking for a short period of time, including the communications boss, Hauberger, but won't be there very much longer after probably the first few weeks. You're going to start to see more and more people. They don't think that Toby Emmerich is out the door. I'm hearing that's a likely possibility. Channing Dungey is probably a 50-50, and Carolyn Blackwood, I don't know, likely to stick around would be my guess as Chief Operations Officer. You're going to get to see somebody that's looking to move into a studio czar position, and they mentioned several names here. Netflix film boss Scott Stuber, maybe. Disney General Entertainment Chairman Peter Rice, maybe. Former Paramount Motion Pictures president Emma Watts. That's the one I would put my money on at this point in time. She has similar thoughts to Zaslav. So we'll have to see how this goes down going forward. But this is a story that was breaking. Hollywood bloodbath continues over at Warner Brothers Discovery. There will be more people leaving, I assure you. Let's get back to the chat. We've got Manowar 665, the neighbor of the beast. Great to see you, my friend. Ryan is reporting Ezra Miller is having all his future projects canceled. I have heard this. I haven't been able to confirm it. I'm not sure where he got it, but it wouldn't surprise me. Dude is crazy. And again, if you get a whole studio executive group of humans together because of one guy, that's a problem. You know, we talked about this extensively this morning, so it's not surprising. I would be canceling his stuff left and right. I would also be canceling AH's stuff left and right. Don't hate me. I'm just an opinion. Let's see. Coming this spring, Easter Bunny Casino. Well, maybe. It kind of looked like it, don't it? Sonic 2 was awesome, according to Fat Steven Seagal. See, we have stuff to look forward to and positive things to report on. And I will be seeing it this weekend, so yay me. Let's see. If Discovery can axe the first female CEO of Warner Brothers, nobody is safe from that axe. 100%. 100%, as they got rid of Sarnoff, which is long needed. If DC Comics has an opening for management, I say offer it to DVS. Yeah, 100%. I'm right there behind you. I think that'd be great. Sip of coffee for the working man, folks. All right, what do we got? Too much political correctness in the new Warner releases now for me. Bring on New Kong and Godzilla, where you're going to get you're going to get Kong v Godzilla 2 coming up here in the very near future. Awesome one. Thank you for your support and dropping in. Appreciate that. Wild stuff, says Cyberched 2070. Thank you for that. We've got Sotherbell 777 saying, wow indeed. It's raining men. Hallelujah. Absolutely. Lots of bodies for sure. Dave G Sound. What's going on? Says, dang, absolutely. Does JJ make it? Well, JJ doesn't work for them directly, but he does have a first look deal worth $500 million in place at Warner. We talked a little bit about this morning over on Midnight's Edge in the morning. And I have to say that I don't think that he's gotten very far with anything. Most of his projects have sat dormant or been canceled or been ignored, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure that was the best deal ever for them. Especially, they made some really bad deals going into this thing, which is why I think, believe it or not, AT&T went, you know what, we're going to cut bait. Quit this, and we're going to spin it out. We're going to keep 70% ownership, around 70% ownership. I'll say it that way. And they did that. They did that in a way called a reverse Morris trust, so that there wasn't any tax implications. They reduced the issues with that. It spun out into a new merged entity with Discovery, and Zaslav is running it. They basically are giving control over to somebody they see as a successful businessman that can do, that can do better for that product. Again, AT&T is still the primary stockholder. So, what do they have to lose? Nothing. It's a real smart move. Andre said it today. It was a genius move by them to realize this isn't their jam and to move on from there. Vertical Horizon says, this brings a smile to my face and probably many others. Karma coming back to bite them, sure. Let's see. Warner is only in it for profit, not quality. Hard to say. We'll see. David Zaslav will get rid of things that don't work. So just keep that. Just keep that in mind. Krista Bliss's Culture, the Destroyer. Absolutely. I wish. Do you think Harry Potter movies will go out the door? I don't look. If right now, if you look at the projections for the overall box office for the Fantastic Beasts 3, it's not going to make a profit. I don't think. I think right now the projections are sitting a little over 100 million. I could be wrong. 100 million? Is that what I said? Yeah. So I don't think that thing's going to be worth it anymore. And again, the last gasp of the press that's trying to artificially support over there at Variety, is essentially saying that they appreciated Mads Mikkelsen's performance and that he should have been Grimwald the entire time, right? Anyway, it is what it is. Hey, what's going on? Christine the Killer Car. Glad to see you. EVS would fire everyone and hand it to somebody else. That's probably accurate. Big Mike versus Godzilla. Yeah, possibly. What's up, Whitechapel? Good to see you, my friend. Way to go on what you've been doing, my friend. Thank you for that. Let's see. Pirate Queen's in the house. Good to see you. Ahoy all. Absolutely. F off Sarnoff. Absolutely blue-eyed Ruth Korean the base, and she did. She, again, like we were talking about this morning, is Hollywood royalty, and the fact that they're going to be able to push her out the door, it is what it is. Fantastic Beast premieres tomorrow, too. Going to be interesting to see how it performs at the box office. Again, 100 million? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm not holding out high hopes for that film to be profitable, but we will absolutely see. Pooh, the bed lady, woke up with Warner Brothers. Pooh and the bed lady. Oh, yeah. Broke up with Warner Brothers. Well, you're going to have to see. That Umbrella guy did a great video on stuff that's happening out there. I strongly believe that things will change. Look, they're almost out of the comics business completely. They're almost out of some of these other elements that they kind of dip their toe into. I think they're going to keep. They think they're going to keep their toe in on games, but we'll have to see. Let's see. Amber Turd versus Pirate Guy trial is going to be a spicy meatball. And yeah, absolutely. After this development, for sure. I honestly believe, and I will say this one more time, as Awesome One has high hopes, that is out the door, and it sounds like Ezra's out the door, and it sounds like these executives are out the door. And I think fundamentally, the decision-making process is going to have to be turned over to the adults in the room, which is, I think, what David Zaslav is doing right now. And unfortunately, I do have to wrap up because we have a stream coming up for me called Street Smarts over on Mad Barber Entertainment today. So if you're looking for something fun to laugh at and all of the funny personas that are put on that show, you can definitely check that out. And then we'll follow that up with Wednesday Live over there also on Mad Barber Entertainment after about a 30-minute break. Lots of other great content out there, guys. You can check out Ryan's video if you want to, but before you do that, check out Midnight's Edge, just premiering a video review that you definitely don't want to miss. And I will see you guys very soon. Thanks for being here. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.